So basically, we have discussed till now how your catalog item view looks with respect to end user, right? So we saw that how he can go ahead in service portal and can click on request something and can select those particular catalog item. It can be hardware or software services based upon his requirement. The approval may go or may not go. It's completely independent of the cost structure or the workflow which we have set up. Also, it may be not necessary that every request will have a every request will have a catalog task, but yes, every request will have requested item because you are requesting some item under that request. So technically in ServiceNow, the service catalog management, the entire flow looks something like this. Okay, if you see what will happen the moment you go to service portal, right? Service portal, you go ahead and you raise a request for some item. Okay, let's say outlook services. Outlook services, you raise request request raised. What will happen in service now? It will create one req which is nothing but your request number. Under that req, what will happen? There will be something called RITM. Okay, this will be nothing but your requested item number. Okay, workflow gets attached on REQ also. It gets attached on RITM also. On REQ, it will be a generic workflow. Generic workflow, which means usually this workflow will be attached to all the requests whatever you are raising. Okay, all the requests whatever you are raising, there will be one generic workflow which will be getting attached. But with requested item, there will be specific workflow getting attached. Okay, so what will happen? The moment you raise request, each request will have its generic workflow, but because requested items can be different, right, under each request. So each item will have its own set of workflow. Okay, and once your requested item is done, right, under each requested item you can have SC task. These are nothing but service catalog task. Okay, it can be one, it can be two, it can be n number also, depending on specific. So it will be depending on specific workflow for item. Actually, this workflow which you are going to set up on requested item, based on this number of tasks will be getting created. It can be one also, it can be n also. One. So there can be n number of catalog tasks also. Catalog task number 1, 2, 3, 4. There can be n number of them. Okay, this is one simple scenario wherein you are raising request for only one item, but there can be scenario wherein you will be raising request for multiple item under one catalog item. So let's say you go ahead and on the portal you decide to raise another request. Okay, wherein you are raising request for Outlook item, you are raising request for mobile, you are raising request for mouse, you are raising request for keyboard, you are raising request for, let's say, share drive to store. Okay, share drive storage. You are raising request for catalog item 1, mobile 2, mouse 3. You are raising keyboard. You are raising share drive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 items within that particular catalog. Within your request. Okay, so what will happen? You have added each of them to cart. You have added to your shopping cart and you have done raise request. Okay. Now what will happen? There will be 5 RATM which will get generated. Okay. And each RATM will have its own code. So here it will be RATM number 1, RATM number 2, RATM number 3, RATM number 4, RATM number 5. Okay. So it can happen that once when you are working on this, right, it can happen that one RATM may have only 2 tasks. Okay. RATM number 2 may have only 2 tasks. RATM number 3 may have same 2 tasks, but RATM number 4 may not have any task, and RATM number 5 may have just a single task. Okay, it can happen because each of these items are tied to their specific workflow. Okay, so this is possible if you are raising. Okay, each item is tied to a specific workflow, so this can happen. Now, in order to get this request completely completed, this request to move to complete state, all of this should be closed. When I say all of this closed means, it means all the tasks under RATM 1 should be closed. All the tasks under RATM 2 should be closed. All the tasks under RATM 3, 4, 5, everything should be closed. Then their respective RATMs will close. Okay. Once all the RATMs are closed, then only your task will, your REQ will close. Okay. So this is how your ServiceNow service request management structure is there in the backend. Okay. So let's see how do we create these type of catalog item. Okay. In order to create catalog item, you have to type maintain items. The moment you type maintain item or service catalog, will come here. Okay. If you can see this particular module, you can see maintain catalogs. So if you click on this, you will see list of all the catalog items which are available within the system. Sorry. Different catalogs. So it can be like software catalog, it can be your technical catalogs. Okay. If you click on maintain categories, you will see all the categories which are available within your system. Remember, on the portal, we see these categories, right? These categories are here. Maintain categories. If you click on maintain items, then you will see list of all the catalog item, active, inactive, whichever is there present in the system. List of all those catalog items. So if we were looking for Microsoft SS, let me open that. Okay. So, SS. Its name is Access. Yeah, its name is Access. Okay. So if you in the short description they have mentioned Microsoft Access. Okay. So this is that catalog item which is there on the portal. Okay, this is how your catalog item backend or technical view will look like. Okay, we'll go through now each one of them individually. Okay. So let's say if I have to create one catalog item, what I'll do, I'll click on new. The moment I click on new, these many fields will come up. Okay, which will be there. So firstly is the name field wherein I have to specify name. Let's say I want to do something called student registration. I want to do for that. And under which catalog it will be visible, I can select the category of the catalog. It can be service catalog. So as of now, let me select here you see it service catalog. This is that. So let me see and put it service catalog. Under which category it will be available. So because it is registration related, I'll put under services. Okay. So under services, it will be available. Services. Under services, it will be available, and then I'll just log this. Okay. And what happens? I have to provide the short description here. I will have to just like I can put what this catalog item will do. To enable registration of students to ServiceNow online, something like this. Okay, I am giving as per our training session. Okay, but you can put, and here in Meta, I can provide those keyword which anyone can come right and search, and this catalog item should populate. So for example, if I want to say something like registration form, these are the keywords which I can provide. Form, register, like this. So when they come up on service portal here, right? Let's say I go back to home and I search it here, like access. So system will give me certain suggestions. Okay. You see, certain suggestions are loading, right? So why these are loading? Because this keyword is mentioned there, okay, in the meta of them. Okay, so we can provide those list of keywords. Then I have to provide workflow. As I told, right, every item which is there on ServiceNow or any product or service which is there, it will follow its set of flow or set of steps in order to get that request delivered to end user. So it can have that flow designer also, it can have workflow also. And by default ServiceNow, if you are not mentioning anything, it will put like execution plan. This is the default. Then I can, you see icon, right? This type of icon is there. So I can do that. I can upload that icon. So I want to put some sort of icon there. What I can do, I can and one more thing, this registration form icon which I am downloading as of now, you guys don't have to download. This and all will be provided by customer. You don't have to do it even this. Okay, this and all should be provided by end customer who is giving you all this type of request. Okay, so they will be the one who will be actually giving you all this. Let's say so this is the one which I want to upload. Save image. Okay. And I can come up here and I can select the icon and the main picture. Let's say if I select the icon, choose a file, I'll have to choose that. It's the icon using, right? This is the small icon which will come up. So this will be my icon which will be coming up. And if I put like picture, right? If I click on this one, what happens? This, right? This is the picture. I can select that also. Okay, so now my icon is ready, my picture is ready. Now next is I can put some price. Let's say somebody is doing registration. I can put some price, but hardly anyone will put price for registration. If you put that, nobody will do registration, right? So not necessary. But there will be a certain product or service where you may require to register to do registration. Sorry, where you may require to put certain price. You can select all that from here. Okay, and in order, you see there are certain specific currency only which are available here, like dollar. This is what I didn't mention. Pound, yen, euro, right? You can include your Indian currency also. There is one currency table within ServiceNow. You have to just configure this. Okay, and then there is something like additional portal setting. When I say portal setting, these are the settings which you can do it for this particular catalog item. For example, you don't want to make the user to add to the cart. You don't want this. You can click on this one and then he will not be. Hide quantity. You don't want somebody to write multiple quantity for registration form, right? You can do it. hide delivery time you can do. All these are the multiple options. Hide attachment, mandatory attachment. You want to make attachment as mandatory, you can select. Okay. So what happens the moment you save this form, a temporary, a small form will be, getting created, but it will not have anything. Let's say if I go ahead and try to search anything. So like this particular access thing, right? You don't see anything, right? There is no field. You cannot fill anything, right? Similar thing will happen to your form also. You see, your student registration form is there, that logo is there, but there are no field to fill in, right? So now, in order to provide those fields, you have to create variables under this particular catalog item. So what we will do, we will try to create variables like how we used to create in our normal incident form. Here, there may be certain variables which will be different. Okay. So let's say I want to capture their first name. So I'll put that, and it will automatically come up. I can modify through this one. Okay. And I want to put it like order because this is the first variable I want. So I can put something like this. I can put some, help text. I can put like, please provide your first name. Any default value, any auto populate thing I want to do, I can do it all from here. First name. So let me save this. This is for first name. Now let's say I want to capture their email ID, last name, all that. So what I'll do, I'll create additional variable here. Let's say I want to do something called last name. I will do save. These all, if you see, right, I have selected type as single line text. So wherein I am expecting like a text field will be there wherein they can put actually email is there. Okay. So now let's say I want something called email. I'll not go back. I'll do here itself. Email. I'll update the backend name. Every name, backend name should be unique. Okay. So it should be like lowercase. Try to keep it like proper lowercase. No need to put entire thing. Okay. Let's say which type of variable this is like this. So it will automatically populate that much long, but you can keep a sensible backend name so that you can do a proper coding. Okay. So email, I'll put like please provide valid email, something which I'll do. And here at the top, I'll select the type as email. Okay. So what I'll do insert and stay. When I do insert and stay, my previous record, which was related to last name, that also will be there, and this new record gets inserted. Now, if I reload my form, you will see a couple of fields coming up here. You see, first name is coming at bottom, email is coming, last name is coming. Why? Because I have not given proper order. If I go ahead and give proper order, let's say this should be 300. I can go back to my catalog item itself. And from there, I can do I go ahead and reload my form. Now they are coming in progress. First, I wanted first name. Why this question type? Because it will show text, help text. What this field is for. Please provide your first name. Please provide last name of the student. Please provide valid email address. Right. So all this I can do with you. Okay. So these are the different variables we can create. Okay. But there may be certain requirement wherein you have to use same set of variables. Let's say first name, last name, everywhere you need it. you have to create 600 catalog item, and same variable you have to use every. So first thing you can do is you can go ahead and create this first name, last name, email address 600 times. Or there is one more thing that you can do, which is like, you can go ahead and create a variable set. Okay, the service now provides you the facility wherein you can create a set of variable and you can call those variable anywhere. For example, let me create one. So you can select multi-row variable or single row. So let's say I want to go for single row variable set, which means one variable, one option. So the detail is something which I am going to create variable set. It will have set of variables. Okay. So the moment I'll save this, I can create variable here, and these variables I can call on a 600 variable. So one time I'm creating, but I can use it on 600 catalog items also. So variable sets enables you to group set of variables which you can reuse multiple times based upon your user or customer requirement. Okay, let's say I want something called user ID. User ID, something which I will be using a lot. Okay, so I take this. I want something called address. Yes. Multi-line text. Multi-line text, why? Because it will give additional space for users to enter the details in certain state. Now, if I go ahead and try to see for this variable, so my catalog item has two things. It has variables which are specific to this catalog item only, and it has a variable set which I can use in any catalog item. Okay, so now let me show you. So earlier our access form was there, right? There was no variables populated there, right? If you see, as of now, if I click on this, there are no variables getting populated here. But let me see if I can add a variable set there. This is my access form. Okay, there are no variables here. What I'll do, here I'm not allowed. Maybe because of my application scope, I'm in a different scope altogether. That's right. But you can go ahead and a certain catalog item will be there, right? Wherein you can directly put this variable. Please. Yeah. Allowing, because my variable is not there. I created in specific scope, that's why it is not available. But you will get an option of edit, and you can associate that variable to a particular catalog item. Let me go back to this service portal standard. Okay, so this is how I can create variables for my catalog item. Okay, let's say if I want to search for register. You see, the moment I put register, I didn't put complete student register. I put register because I put this in my meta of my catalog item. You see here, right? That's why this catalog item is coming up whenever I'm searching with that particular keyword. So this is how you can create variables. Okay, if you see, right, this variable set we have created, address and user ID is also populating here. So I can give some order, let's say 500, so that it comes little lower. Based on order, you can rearrange your fields on the form. Okay, so if you give proper order, these fields will come in properly. Like 2-column, single column. Let me put something called within variable set. It should be 200. It should be 100. Do you see? This is how your form rearrangement you can do just by specifying the correct order of the fields. Okay. Now, if I go ahead and try to type in, let's say I'm typing Arun, Arun S something, Arun dot S the rate service. Okay, if I do this right, request will get created, but nothing happens. Request gets created, but nothing happens. If you want to make sure that something should happen whenever you are, raising the request, you will have to tie that particular catalog item with something called a workflow or a flow designer. Okay. So you see, it is following default one, which is there, default execution engine, which is there associated. So it is the default execution plan, which is there, and it is following. But if you want like your catalog item, the moment you are registering this, right, something should happen. What should happen? Your student should get record should get created in the students table, or record should get created into ServiceNow, or you are able to send approval to line manager or manager, right? All that you can do via workflow. So we are going to see that in our next part, which is related to workflow. So all of this I have already explained, different field types, icon, workflow. Okay, your variable set also I have explained you. Okay,